I'm here with author of Scars, Cheryl Rainfield. Thank you for coming in today, Cheryl.
Thank you for having me.
Now, Cheryl, you deal with some very heavy subject matter in the book Scars, in your new book. And I'm wondering, what made you want to deal with such heavy subject matter for younger readers?
I'm a survivor myself of sexual abuse, and I used self-harm to cope. And I felt so alone for a lot of years, and I think it really helps to know you're not alone, so I wanted to reach other people.
Sort of become a voice?
Yeah. And also, people really judge self-harm, so I wanted people who don't have that experience to learn that it's something to come forward with compassion, treat people well.
Right. And your lead character, Kendra, when she's talking about going through the sexual abuse and sort of finding her abuser, what was the inspiration for her character? Was it yourself?
Yes, there's quite a lot of me in Kendra.
Okay. And I know that you mentioned that the picture on the front cover is actually you.
Yeah, that's my arm.
Wow. So you've been through a lot.
Yeah.
In your life. And do you find that your writing is sort of your way of dealing with it, or do you use it at all as sort of a coping mechanism, or is it more to campaign for other people in order to inspire them to also get over things that have happened in the past or deal with things, cope, I guess?
I think it's both. It is a therapeutic process to get out some of the pain or some of the things that have happened, and to rewrite history. Like, I could make her abusers have consequences, get in jail. That never happened for me. So that was really nice to write into the book. But also to know that I can reach other people, that's huge and wonderful.
Okay. I really want to make sure that the people at home get to see this so they can understand what I'm talking about. Yeah, so I just want to see the picture because it's pretty powerful.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Now, I don't know if a lot of people know about self-mutilation. I wondered if you could tell us a little bit about where that can stem from. Okay.
It's often people who are survivors of abuse or just intense emotional pain, trauma. I often cut because I felt like I couldn't stand the emotional pain for another second. But also there was shame, I was blaming myself. I cut to silence myself. I cut because my abusers actually taught me to as well, but there's all sorts of issues that come into it. It's usually trauma though, trauma-based.
Right. So when people say that it's a cry for help.
It can be, but we're keeping it secret. Like people who are hurting themselves, self-harm, cutting, burning, whatever way, we go to great lengths to keep it secret. I wore long sleeves and long pants in the summer, in the sweltering heat, sweating.
Wow.
I would never, ever go to the doctor, even though they needed stitches. I didn't want anybody to find out. And I was just very careful to hide it. We do it in secret, so there's shame, and we're keeping it silent and quiet, but there was also a little bit of a dynamic of, please help.
Yeah.
But we're hiding it at the same time.
Right. How did you overcome this and were able to write such a book and be so open and vocal about what you went through? I mean, I'm sitting in front of this confident woman who has her sleeve rolled up, and I'm just wondering, what steps did it take to get there?
Therapy helps a lot.
Right.
I spent years in therapy. Yeah, and talking it through and finding out I'm not alone, that was huge. Writing it out helped. I did a lot of art. And I don't like keeping secrets, and I don't like shame. I had that with the sexual abuse.
Yes.
So that's why I don't hide my arm anymore.
Okay, yeah. So what about people that have read the book? Are you getting a great response from Scars?
Amazing, incredible. I'm getting reader letters every week. It's it's wonderful and shocking. I get survivors writing me who say that they didn't know that didn't know anyone else who'd ever self-harmed, and they read my book and it's I'm not alone, and then or they say it feels like my experience so much, or they want to give my book to people to explain why self-harm happens, what it feels like.
Yeah.
And then I get people who before they read Scars, they would say, I can't understand why anyone would self-harm. And then they read it and they say, I get it now. And that is wonderful. I want that.
Of course, I feel like that would be almost one of the biggest accomplishments is to have, or accomplishments,
yeah,
sorry.
You got it.
Is to have somebody, who had no idea or understanding as to why somebody would do such a thing, and then be okay,
yeah,
this makes sense to me a little bit more. And and the book is doing so well. It's already in its 4th publication, is that right?
4th printing.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
That's so great. So did you think that it would do so well so soon?
No. I mean, I'm really happy about it and I'm excited, but I didn't realize it was going to have such a wide audience.
Right. So you feel like it's touching more than just the youth that is reading it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's adults who are writing me and teens and teachers, and it's reaching people. It's lovely.
Now, it's quite different from your first book.
Yes.
That was sort of more fantasy-based.
Yes.
And here, this is sort of a gritty fiction. Do you want to talk about why such the big spectrum?
I really like both. I used books to survive when I was a kid and teen. I still do, probably, but it helped me get through my childhood. I needed fantasy because it helped me escape my own trauma and my life. But I also was always looking for books that would reflect my own experience. And I didn't find enough, and that's part of why I wrote Scars, but I needed both. I needed the hope and the happy and fantasy and the painful gritty, and so I write both. Okay.
And you also, on your website, you sort of write a lot about helping young writers.
Yeah.
Yeah? Do you want to talk about how you support them?
I have lots of links to articles and websites where writers can get help, learn critique groups, how to write. I have a lot of links to on healing. That's really important to me. So there's stuff on self-harm and sexual abuse and being queer and being okay about it and things like that.
Support.
And
you have a program where young writers can send you their writing, their manuscripts.
Oh, like critique manuscripts for a fee.
Yeah. But that's wonderful.
Thank you.
So how does that work?
I guess if someone wants to get their manuscript critiqued, they email me and talk about it, tell me a bit about it, and then if I think it's a good fit, I'll critique it. And it can happen by mail or by email. That's
great. And Scars is up for some awards, I hear.
Yeah.
What awards?
YASLA Quick Picks. It's and there's Stonewall Awards. It's a lesbian and gay award. I think there's another I don't remember.
Okay, well that's great. 3 awards in such a short period of time. That's wonderful.
Thank you.
Congratulations on Scars, and good luck on the awards. Thank you so much for joining us today. For more info, you can go to www.CherylRainfield.com. When we come back, Chris will be in the kitchen cooking with Twist Catering. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. I'm hanging out in the most favorite part of the set, the kitchen, and I'm here with chef and owner of Twist Catering, Latoya Fagan. How are you, Latoya?
I'm good. How are you, Chris?
Very good.
Thanks for having me today.
And thanks for being here.
Okay.
So very excited about what we're going to do.
Yes.
We're going to put together a salad.
We're going to put together a salad. I figured, you know what, summer's coming out, but we still want to keep a little bit of it.
Yeah.
Tomatoes are ripe right now, and they're in huge season, so I figured let's do a tomato. We're going to do kind of like a German, Italian style salad.
Very